Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 11, Episode 8 called Renni, Aim, Fire. So, they're going to start off with some useless montage. They have Frost and Rashida at their rental property. We have Yandy at her beauty store. Erica Banks is kikiing with her stylist. So, whatever. So, we get Scrappy. He's going to see his attorney. And he's letting us know in the confessional about how he's feeling about his divorce and how stressful it is on him and his mental health and whatnot, and also the fact that when he was married to the BAM there was no love there. I don't believe any of that, but of course I know you and your feelings now because of the fact that you guys are going through a divorce, so of course you're gonna say stuff that don't make a lick of sense. So there was no love, but yet y'all was able to make 3 kids and be together for quite a few years, even though you been told Erica Mena that you still have love for the BAM, and I'm pretty sure the BAM had love for you. So the fact that you're saying there was no love there, all BS to me. But it don't even matter. What matters to me that was interesting is when he went to go see the attorney, he was like, the attorney, she was like, I just want to ask, what are your thoughts of Bambi being as a stepmom? And who did they show? Erica Dixon. I said, I know this lady not in the office with Scrappy. I mean, I get that y'all cool per Scrappy, but I didn't know y'all was cool like that. The fact that she's going with you to your, appointments with your attorney in regards to your soon-to-be, but now current time ex-wife or whatever the case may be. Okay, maybe this is just for TV purposes, but I was just like, that's very interesting. But Erica don't care for Bambi, so I guess she don't feel that Bambi is a good stepmom or whatever the case may be. And the attorney's trying to prep Scrappy, like, no matter if her friends come to you or no matter what she does say or tries to break you down, so to speak, she didn't say that word for word, I'm just paraphrasing. Just don't let it get to you. You're still being tactful because I know you are an exceptional father, and that's it. Because she kept trying to tell Scrappy he's a great father and all that stuff. And I'm just like, if you say so, Scrappy more than I do, Miss Attorney. But from past seasons, it doesn't really seem like he really be there physically for them. Maybe he be providing for them in other ways. But if you say so, attorney, I know that's your client, so you're gonna, try to boost them up and all that stuff. But sure, yeah, sure. And they did make mention that he is a Capricorn, so I did roll my eyes because ain't no shade to Capricorns, ain't nothing wrong with Capricorns, but just me personally, the Capricorns that I know, they're just very annoying to me. One of them is my brother. One of my brothers is a Capricorn, and he's a very questionable man. So all right. All right, Scrappy, don't give in to the pettiness and anger, even though you already gave in to the pettiness and anger via last episode and the episode before. So, all this that you're saying, attorney, is a little bit too late. But we move on to Rashida. She's at the restaurant as they're getting it revamped, and Kirk comes in, seeming down in the dumps and looking stressed out. Why he's stressed out, I guess there's a permit that's causing an issue in the opening. It's causing the delay because they haven't gotten the permit, so they can't reopen or have the grand opening for the revamped restaurant until they get the permit. And I guess the permit was supposed to be on Rashida to get, so she dropped the ball. So Kirk is blaming Rashida. Rashida's like, I don't understand why you're having such an attitude. I'm human. She lets us know in the confessionals that she kind of didn't even know about this permit that she had to get or the basis of it, but, she don't really need all that animosity from Kirk at the same time either. And Kirk's saying something got to change. Rashida wasn't trying to hear it, so she's walking off. And I'm just looking at her. I'm like, Kirk. I'm looking at Rashida as she walks off. Rashida looks good. Especially her walk off from the backside. Rashida looks good. I'm like, Kirk, you really about to let her walk off because you and your feelings that y'all didn't get her permit? I get it. I'm not a business person, but I can understand for a business person, like, you want everything to go in order on time, and you can't miss a day because you guys one day later of having your grand opening is a day later of making some money. So I understand that, but at the same time, We really gonna have all this animosity? Was this the producers put you up to this, Kirk? So you guys can have some type of storyline, even though it got resolved within the same episode. I don't know, but to me, I'm just like, everything that I see on TV at this point, I just take with a grain of salt, just because I know everything's a facade, unfortunately. So we then move on to Rashida meeting up with Yandy at the restaurant. Whose restaurant? I don't know, maybe Yandy's restaurant. And they talk about Spice and feeling bad for her, but at least her daughter is okay. And then we go into Yandy venting about Kirk and him and his moodiness. So then that's when Yandy brings some indices and what he has going on with his interview with Shannon Sharp and how social media is reacting to it, and tries to give Rashida suggestions because I guess, as we saw last episode, Lil Mendices was trying to give his dad words of encouragement, so that really did help his dad in his mood. So, excuse me. Sorry, I don't know why I'm gassy. Anyway, so Yandy suggests maybe they should have Carter in the mix to try to help Kirk and his moods and whatnot. So looks like Rashida's gonna do exactly that, and she gonna give it a try. That's what Rashida done said. So nothing really to take from that, but after that, they did talk about getting invited by Mita for her woman empowerment panel. So Yandy's going, all the other girls are going, but Rashida's not going because she already have prior engagements. What are those prior engagements? I don't know. But she's not going to be able to make it. All right, that's fine. Then we get to Scrappy. So him, Erica, and their daughter, Imani, they go to the sandbox, which seems like a virtual laser tag type thing. Well, it looks pretty cool. I would do it. But, they're going for Imani's 18th birthday that they got coming up. So they have a good time doing the little virtual laser tag. Like I said, I would try it, but can we do a different scene? Because zombies scare me. I've played plenty of virtual reality games that involve zombies, and I just don't like it. I don't like jump scares, which is funny because horror movies used to be my favorite genre of movies. Now it's just like, I'll watch it with people with me, but not by myself, But okay, so they have a good time. Then they stand to talk around while they're waiting for the cake to be prepared, because that's really what it was. And I guess Imani let Scrappy know that she's glad that he's doing better, because Erica was asking how his mental health was going through what he's going through. So he said he's on a better path. And Imani said she's glad that he's away from Debbie Downer. Scrappy was trying to act dumb, act like he didn't know who Debbie Downer was, but Erica let him know, your ex-wife. So Imani pretty much let it be known, listen, from the reunions when Bambi was saying stuff about her mom, and now she's saying stuff about her dad. It's like she loves her parents, she gonna ride for her parents, and you ain't gonna disrespect her parents. So understandably so, obviously the people you're closest with, you're gonna feel some type of way when someone else is trying to say something about them. So I get why she feeling some type of way towards Bambi. And I mean, this is not my fight. So what is there for me to say? She's valid for having some feelings towards Bambi. I mean, they show the flashbacks from the reunion when they was going back and forth. So I'm like, as a young kid, I probably feel, even as an adult now, I feel the same way. Like, you're not going to say nothing about my parents. Yes, my parents may irk my nerves. Yes, I may have gotten into it with my parents. Yes, me and my parents may, at one time, may have not spoken because of a riffraff. But at the same time, you're not about to say nothing about my parents and think I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, no, you ain't going to talk about my parents. So I completely understand. As long as we're not trying to fight homegirl, like as an 18-year-old, we good, because we don't need that. But, she got a right to feel how she feels. So after that, they bring out the cake and have her blow it, and they do a big family hug. That's nice. At least they're cordial. Is it kind of weird knowing what they've been through, kind of? But at the same time, I'm just like, they've kind of been there, done that. He had other kids. She has other kids. So I feel like we're at a place where it's like they could co-parent and be in the same room, not have arguments, and it's good. And honestly, Erica is not the fact that she's happy that Scrappy's getting divorced, but she's pretty much there to be in the front row seat eating her popcorn because of the fact that she don't really care for Bambi. And with all the drama she's been through, she's just one of those people. She's kind of like a Mimi. She's just glad she's not in it. and she just gets to watch this tumultuous divorce thing that they got going on. So we move on to Rashida. She's at the house with Carter while Carter's writing something. Didn't know it was for Kirk. I thought it was just like schoolwork or whatever the case may be. But Kirk walks in a mood still, whatnot. And Rashida's asking him why he's so negative. So Kirk's saying he's still upset about the permit and the delay and the grand opening. So Rashida tries to tell him like mistakes happen. Kirk ain't really trying to hear that. But then that's when Carter comes up and said, oh, he wrote him a letter. Carter reads a letter, saying how much he appreciates him as his dad, all this stuff. So Kirk really appreciated the fact that Carter said that. Asks Rashida, did she put Carter up to it? She says yes, and does let him know that he's appreciated, and she appreciates him for all the things he does as a dad, as a husband, as a business partner, being her number one supporter for her career, all this stuff. So, Kirk really appreciates that. And I feel, well, not me. He lets us know he felt like bricks and weight just lifted off his shoulders because of what Rashida done said. So he don't need to hear it all the time, but sometimes he does need to hear that he's appreciated for the things he do. So now he's happy again. And what makes it even better? Rashida lets him know she got the permit. So there's not going to be no delay. They could continue to be on track for the grand opening. So he's happy, and he apologizes for his effed up attitude. Rashida accepts his apology, and he's just happy, and he said that's the team he needs. Kirk, like, y'all could have saved this whole little snippet of, like, I understand couples argue. I understand couples get to bickering and stuff, and maybe one day one person is not 100% and they be acting some type of, I get it. But at the same time, I'm just like, y'all could have kept this. Y'all really could have kept this little storyline or little arguments, because it wasn't needed. It really wasn't. Y'all just trying to grasp at this point. And for me, it's just like, if y'all have to grasp, just cut it out completely. Y'all could have just, then again, I would have gotten tired of Scrappy and Bambi. So I understand why you have to do little snippets, but y'all could have done better than this. Let's go back to Spice. What she got going on? Okay. Carly loves to be on TV. What she got going on? Even though I could really care less for Carly. But what she got going on? We haven't seen her in quite a few episodes, because this was why. Anyway, we then get to Amy. She meets up with Chaotic, and Amy lets Chaotic know that it was awkward seeing him with Erica, holding her and like kind of humping her in the air. Chaotic wants to make mention that, he been in the gym, so he wants to show how strong he is, because, Erica, bang, she little thickums. So, he had to let her know, he was able to squat her in his arms. Chaotic, once again, like I said, you're the comedic relief, but now it's getting to the point where I'm annoyed hearing you with your little explanations. Like, can you ever be serious? But yet y'all want to freaking fight for him? For why? And it doesn't seem like at this point either of you guys had sex with him. So are you guys trying to see what it's like in bed with him? Because at this point, I would be so turned off just from his constant joking that is like, what am I fighting for again? But, they really feeling homeboy. So Amy lets him know, what he trying to do, because Chaotic is her boo baby bestie. And once he slides to third base, or however she worded it, that, he's hers, he can't be with nobody else, and that's the rules, that's how it's going to be. And Chaotic lets us know in confessional, he's still trying to find out how he can score both, because he ain't trying to just be on one side or the other side. He want to be on both sides at the same time. So he's still trying to figure out how he could be in a polyester relationship. And, neither of the girls are having it, but they're not trying. They, I guess, try to let him know, but he's still playing games. So hopefully after seeing this season, they could see how much of a fool they were being, trying to fight for a guy that ain't trying to be serious with them. Anyway, so after she done let him know how it is and how it's going to be if he slides to third base for her, that's when Chaotic said, oh, he's turned on right now. He's so hard he can't even stand up. She got the nerve to be like, oh, is that a phone on your pants? Or that's that. I get their friends who flirt with each other, but I'm just like, this is seeming like you guys are trying to flirt but it's not really smoothly flirting. I feel like the chemistry with him and Erica is more like, because she seems like someone who's there for a good time, not a long time, but I feel like Amy's trying to be like in an actual relationship with homeboy, and it's like, Amy, you could do better, and Erica, listen, do you boo, type of thing. But Amy, please don't waste your time. Please don't waste your time. And you see, you trying to have a serious conversation with him, and he's trying to say, oh, he's turned on, he's so hard, he can't even stand up. At that moment, I would have been like, oh, okay, since you can't stand up, I will stand up and I will remove myself from this bench, from this conversation. But y'all gonna do what y'all want to do. Anyway, we moved in on to Amy telling him about the panel and how Renni Rucci's gonna be there, and she just hope ain't no beef or nothing pops off, because the Detroit will come out of Amy. It got chaotic, trying to be like, no, we don't need the Detroit to come out of you, all this stuff. So we're gonna see how that turns out. Then we move on to the actual event, the woman empowerment event, and Amy talks with Erica Banks. She tries to let us know she's trying to see what's going on between Erica Banks and Chaotic, but we don't really see her even asking what's really going on with her and Chaotic. But then we have Erica Banks letting us know in a confessional that, they talking or whatever, they going on dates or whatever. And, if she was Amy, she would be nervous or, threatened by her too. And, she already let Chaotic let it be known that, she the only one. So pretty much it seems like Erica, she already know, listen, I'm the one, ain't no fighting because I already won. But Amy's letting us know in the confessional that, she will be the last woman standing. And, if her fights with homegirl want, she gonna win. And I'm just like, it's interesting that you still trying to get to the point where it's like you trying to win, but so you still trying to fight for homeboy Amy. But it seems like Erica already done got him, because she's like, we going on dates and ain't nothing to fight about because he already with me. So it seems like he already with her or spends more time with her than you, and it seems like you already done lost. But I'm still trying to figure out why both of you guys even trying to fight for a homeboy named Chaotic. I will say this every episode until the end of the season. It still doesn't. I still don't get it. But if that's what you guys want to do, go right ahead. I'm just gonna sit over here in conversion, but y'all do y'all. Okay. So other than that, Yandy talks with Amy. Amy lets her know about her beef with Renni Rucci. Yandy says she wants them at least to talk, and if it works, great, and if it doesn't, at least she done tried. So we get to the event. The event goes well. Then after the event, Renni shows up late, telling us that she's a mother first. It was her daughter's birthday the day prior. Okay, cool, whatever. So once she sees that Renni done showed up, Yandy pulls Amy to Renni so they could try to talk it out. So it goes to commercial for dramatic effect, comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, and it doesn't take long before they go back and forth, because I feel like Amy genuinely was trying to have a conversation, but then we have Renni. It seems like she was kind of already had an animosity. Now, I could kind of understand, because it's like this was like a couple years ago, and it's like she don't even really have beef with the girl, but she keeps bringing it up and bringing it to social media. So it seemed like Renni was just annoyed with this whole situation and having to squash it or try to talk it out, when I feel like Renni wasn't even caring about the situation to begin with. But since it bothers Amy so much, fine, if you want to have the conversation, let's have the conversation. So that's what it felt like. But it was still animosity on Renni's side. So I guess the animosity on Renni's side made Amy get bucked. So it kind of goes back and forth, and then that's when Amy starts throwing like low blows and calling her a whore and all this stuff and a thief and whatnot. So Renni wasn't really trying to hear all that, and that's when after it goes to commercial for dramatic effect and comes back from commercial for dramatic effect, that's when we see Deb Adney and Yandy trying to talk with Amy like, you just did great on the panel saying you didn't want this beef, and all this women beef is unnecessary, but here you are trying to come down on Renni because of an issue that you guys have, when you're not even hearing what she's trying to say, that it wasn't even her fault. She didn't even know about the situation, that the song was stolen from you or whatever the case may be. And that's when I guess Amy was like, okay, let me go talk to her again. And I guess they squashed a beat. It seemed like, Amy did apologize. Renni kind of, I guess, sort of accepted the apology, but not to the point where it's like they cool again, but kind of just like, okay, the beef is squashed, so I shouldn't hear about this ever again. Because Renni still looked not unbothered. She tried to seem like she was unbothered, but she still looked uncomfortable and annoyed by the end of the episode. And I'm just like, like, okay. So it's squashed, but it's not squashed. It's squashed in the sense of we probably not gonna bring this up again until the reunion, but it's not squashed as in we can't do a record together type of thing. So I'm just gonna leave that for them to figure out. But for me, like by the end of the episode, I'm like, I feel like next episode will be better because this episode was kind of dry and pointless with the useless scenes they had in regards to Kirk and Rashida, and this somewhat of an attempt to reconcile something that wasn't even nothing to begin with. And it makes me think that Amy has a lot of feelings, which I can connect with because I too have a lot of feelings. But this is why I'm not on no reality show, because I would probably be dragged for all the feelings that I have. So, you know, at least she done tried it out, and you know, this will give her the exposure she needs for her music career. But maybe we need to work on all these feelings that we have, Amy. Not saying you're not valid for having some feelings, but just the way you go about it sometimes just can be a little bit much. But I do wish you the best of luck, Amy. And that was the end of the episode. Next episode, we see it's going to be the drama. Okay, we're going to see, who is it? I forgot already. 2 people was going to be getting into it. Carly and Shekinah going to be getting into it. And then, who was the other people I don't know. It don't even matter. We're going to see what happened next episode. Oh, Bambi and Erica are going to be getting into it. I'm like, Erica, you're one of the originals from season 1. Please do not be trying to get into it with Bambi. For what? For why? Well, I guess she gonna try to get bugged, but we're gonna have to see how that works out. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh so you can then subscribe. Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.